People who grew up in the 1970s often have a psychological trait younger generations don't realize they're missing. It's subtle, but once you notice it, you start seeing it everywhere. And understanding it explains why different generations react to life so differently. They were raised in a world that feels almost foreign today. Supervision was minimal, structure was loose, and most of the time, kids were expected to entertain themselves, solve their own problems, and come home when the day was over. No constant check-ins, no instant messages, no digital safety net, just time, distance, and trust. And growing up like that shaped a person in ways that don't disappear. Psychologists call this self-efficacy, the belief that you can handle life on your own. Many of them developed it early, not because life was easy, but because they had practice. If a bike chain broke, they fixed it themselves. If a problem came up at school, they figured it out. If something felt difficult, they pushed through without asking for constant reassurance. Responsibility wasn't taught as a lesson, it was simply present, and over time it became part of who they were. Here's the part most people don't notice. They didn't become independent because they were strong. They became strong because they had to be independent. To understand why, look at the environment around them. Many of their parents had lived through war, scarcity, or instability. Those experiences shaped how they viewed life. They valued endurance, practicality, resilience. Hardship wasn't dramatized because to them, hardship was normal. So their children absorbed something powerful without realizing it. Problems aren't interruptions to life. They are life. That kind of upbringing often creates adults who seem grounded in a very specific way. Not loud, not attention-seeking, just steady. Their confidence comes less from praise and more from experience. Every problem solved, every bike fixed, every small challenge quietly built self-reliance. They grew up between two worlds, one that was slower, quieter, and physical, and one that would eventually become fast, digital, and constantly connected. People born after 2000 entered a completely different psychological environment. Technology wasn't something they adapted to later, it surrounded them from the beginning. Information, entertainment, communication, stimulation, all instant, all constant, all competing for attention. Living inside that level of stimulation shapes how attention develops. It can make people faster at processing information, quicker at adopting, more aware of trends. But it also pulls attention in multiple directions at once. Quiet focus, rare today. So you end up with two generations shaped by completely different conditions. One learned independence from physical freedom. The other learned adaptability from digital intensity. Both required resilience, just in different forms. And maybe that's why conversations between generations sometimes feel strange, like two people describing completely different worlds, even when they're sitting in the same room. You can see it when a parent advises a child, figure it out on your own, and the child doesn't understand because they've never had to. Which raises a fascinating question. Which environment shapes a person more deeply, the quiet world of the past or the constantly connected world of today? Think about it. Notice how it might already be shaping you.